Hello. Welcome to Sammy J. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, we're gonna dig into this very quickly. I recently sent in my Canon R5 for maintenance, and I want to share the experience with you and see what do you think. Is it worth sending in a camera? Any kind of camera, Nikon, it doesn't have to be Canon, to the factory representative and getting it service. So join me in this session and let's go through the details and what happened and how much it cost and all of that. Join me right now. Okay, so what is camera maintenance? It's like your car, it's like your house or your any device that you have that's mechanical, that it has a mechanical component of it that moves. It needs maintenance, frankly. Any item that doesn't have mechanical items in it that moves, like an SD card, nothing moves in it, so it doesn't need maintenance. Anything that has a fan in it, so specifically for this is the Canon R series, and here specifically the Canon R5, but it doesn't matter, and can be, like we said before, any camera. So is it worth sending it for maintenance? If you just join us this channel, subscribe and look at other videos and join us for my journey. But if you just want to get the quick and dirty answer and you have the 3-second attention span, yes, it is worth it. And then we're going to go through the line items here. I'll share them with you on the screen, what's covered and what's not covered, and why is it worth it for you. If we're going to qualify that, if you use your camera heavily, at least once or twice a month, and you take it outdoors, it's in the elements, and you are, I'm not saying you're gonna be like a commercial photographer. 100%, yes, you need to send it in and not clean it yourself. Even if you are a hobbyist and you use it like I said once or twice a month, you need actually to have it serviced. Now, if you just use it once or twice every 3-4 months, I don't think it's worth it, and you'll see why. So we're gonna share on the screen the specific elements. Again, this is in reference to the Canon service. I don't know the Nikon and other. I bet you they'll do the same thing. But so let me put my screen on the screen, the invoice that I got and how much it cost. So as you can see from this screenshot, it's $168, and this number, this dollar figure includes shipping it back. So I think it's like $150 something. But you can get it cheaper than that. So I'm gonna put something else on the screen right now on the 7-point image sensor cleaning and the 18-point maintenance service. So I got the 18 points. So let's go through them one by one. The first one is a clean image sensor. That's definitely, I can guarantee you don't need to do it yourself. I know there's other sites where they sell you the kit for $5-10, but anything that goes $5 or $10 is not going to be the best of quality cotton or fabric, and you might end up scratching your image sensor. That's one thing. Even if you've done photography for 100 years, cleaning the image sensor is not advisable to do it yourself. Now, you can do it yourself, you can watch several videos and do that and that, but a camera that costs over, $3,000-4,000, I'd rather spend $100 or $69 and let somebody else do it, especially at the factory. Then the clearing the mirror, if you don't have a mirrorless, you have something else that with the mirror goes up and down, that's definitely, you need that done again. Clean the focus screen, yeah. That's important. External viewfinder, you can do that yourself. So again, or have somebody else do it. External LCD surfaces. Again, these two, the viewfinder and the LCD surfaces, you can do yourself. So from that screenshot, I see the mirror and the image sensor are the top of the line here. Next, we'll continue on the next page here. Clean the camera body. You can do that yourself. That's included in 69. But as you can see, as of now, that stops. All the rest of the stuff is part of the 18-point maintenance. So check moving parts, button, doors, and latches. Let them check them. You don't know. Some of them are loose. How many times you open and close the door to get your SD card out or get the battery out? Dozens, sometimes hundreds of times. These things get loose and they need to be tightened up, and you don't want to do them yourself. Check operation of the hot shoe. Again, you need the factory to do that. Check memory card insertion and removal. Sometimes there's something bent in there and you don't know. You keep pushing it in. It's good to have those checked, especially if, like we said before, if you're using it a few times a month and outdoors, especially outdoors. If you follow this channel, you see me doing a lot of photography action outdoors in the elements, in the wind and the sand and on the beach and in the park and stuff like this. And dust and grime gets in there, so you need that service. Check lens attachment and removal. You can do that yourself, but how do you know that there's something, it doesn't look right or it doesn't sound right, or there's some bit of sand in there that it keep grinding in there? You don't know, so let the professionals do it. Check camera lens and communication. That's 100% them, the factory, because you don't have the tools, you don't have the all the electronic tools to do that, to check the camera lens and communication. Is the lens communicating correctly to the camera? Maybe you bought a refurbished lens and you think everything is fine, or a refurbished camera, vice versa, and you think it's fine, and when they put a good lens on it, you have an issue with the camera. Again, specifically if you bought a refurbished camera from KEH or Adorama or any of those websites, you don't know how it's been dropped, how many times it's been used, especially the shutter counter. Now you can't see them with the mirrorless cameras. You don't see that. Okay, so let's go to the third page here. Perform image test. Check exposure and shutter speed. How can you tell? You think over 1,000 or 1/2,000, or now the mirrorless have up to thousands. How do you know that it is really thousands? These guys, they have the tools and the monitors. They plug it all in and they check and they do adjustments to that. Verify camera shutter count. If you know the software that does that, you have your Canon camera and check the shutter count. Let me know. Other than the battery, how much the battery, how much you put it in and out. I think you can check that, but checking the shutter count, I did my research. You can do it on the non-mirrorless, on the regular SLRs, Canon and others. You can buy some software and tell you, yeah, it's 30,000, 100,000, because some of these cameras are good to 150,000, 200,000, 300,000. I think the mirrorless, I don't know, 400,000, but the previous ones, 150, 200. Again, if you have knowledge or expertise in this, put some comments in the description and let us know. Have you checked your shutter count? How do you do it? What kind of software you use? But again, for mirrorless, I haven't seen anything. If you know of anything, let us know. And they check that for you. And especially if you bought refurbished, they might tell you, hey, you have one that's 500,000 shutter, is fixing to die. Check internal error messages. If you've seen an error message, you're probably gonna know about that. But sometimes they come and you don't see them. You put them in and you don't pay attention, and there's some error messages been there forever and you don't pay attention to that. Check operations of terminals and jacks. This is very important, especially the HDMI jack on these cameras are the mini ones, and if you use that, sometimes you might damage something, so they might check them for you. Again, you're gonna get the report back and everything is hunky-dory there, and you'll know what's going on. Tighten external screws. All the screws around the camera. Believe me, sometimes they're loose. I mean, right now I'm using some 35mm, vintage cameras, and believe me, there's a lot of things loose there. We can't send those in, so we have to maintain those ourselves. Again, this is for the Canon R5, which is the mirrorless. And verify firmware version and updates if applicable. Frankly, I've done that myself. Updating the firmware, you don't need to send it in, but they'll check it if it is what it is. If you haven't done that, again, you can see that. You can see the tick marks that's covered under the 69 and the 150, the 139, and the $69. Again, 139 plus delivery and tax and all that stuff. It's worth it, especially any R camera, you know, or any camera over $1,000. After 2-3 years, I had it for 2+ years, so maybe do it twice on your lifetime, you know, or the lifetime of the camera. I mean, and I think it's a good investment, especially in these, you know, high-tech gadgets that a lot of things can go wrong. And then the last one is perform pixel mapping for hot or dead pixels. I think that's important if requested. I don't know if I requested that, but so tell me what you think. Have you sent in your camera, any camera, to the service center, and what was your experience? So I'm getting it back right now, so I'm sharing this experience with you as live. So when I get it back, I'll do a quick video. Yeah, I got it, and it feels better, or here's the report of what they've done and all that stuff. But I just want to get your feedback. Have you done something like this, and share your thoughts with us? And you know, this is part of the journey. So subscribe, join, and look at other videos. A lot of interesting things there. So again, Pixels and Kilowatts, this channel where we're going to dabble into 35mm mirrorless 3D printing and everything that's photography related. So hope you can join us and share your thoughts with us, and see you next time.